Alright, I guess I need to turn off the air conditioning for the audio. It's really cramped. Prior to recording this video, my mouse fell, my keyboard almost fell. I'm on a makeshift desk and maybe I'll just put you here. Uh huh. Looking good. Okay, so ideally it should be closer, but for comfort's sake. Ah. So, vlog number 2. What is this vlog about? Nothing. You can click it away. Yeah. Honestly, why I do these vlogs is because it's a mental health thing. And no, I am not depressed. I am not having problems and all that. Well, for the most part. But I'm mostly doing this as a public diary. Let's call that public journaling because I'm posting this. So, this is going to be something like I'm just going to talk. Yeah, basically that's it. I'm just going to talk. Anyways, what's this vlog about? This vlog is about just me and my thoughts. I'm just gonna hold this mic. It feels good. Just take it off the stand, but yeah. So what is this vlog about? Basically, I just want to let my thoughts out. Right now, I'm thinking a lot about 2020. So yeah, it's 2021. 2020 part 2. Anyway, what was it? March of 2020 was when the lockdown was initiated, and that's when I lost my job. Fortunately, that was a fun job, by the way. And since then, I haven't had a real job, to be honest. It's almost 1 year now that I haven't really had a job. Um, what I did for the most of 2020, financial wise, was to take up a lot of clients. And I don't know, I'm not sure yet if this is a good or bad thing, but I denied more clients than I accepted. And I even denied job opportunities because, well, for the most part, I'm handling clients from the US. And, when COVID hit, it took the economy way down. So most of the clients I was getting, they just wouldn't pay right. They would pay enormously below my usual rate. And at one point, maybe you can say that, well, yeah, it's COVID, so you have to adjust with the times. And yeah, that would be a valid thing to say. However, for the most part, my clients were paying way low, just minimum wage, like minimum wage, like for what I can do and for my capabilities. This is not a brag. This is just a matter of fact. You don't like being paid 20% of what you're worth. And if you would say, yeah, adjust to the times, it's COVID, you just gotta get what you gotta get, I would have settled for 50%, 50 to 70%. But 20% of what you're worth, I'd rather spend my time elsewhere. And hence, that's what I did. So, what happened in 2020? What did I do most in 2020? What I did was enhance my skills. So I told myself that, okay, working these jobs that just won't pay is just not worth it. Because at the end of the day, some of these jobs aren't even enjoyable, and most of them are tasks that won't enhance my skills, basically. They might sharpen my skills, but I was looking at the clients and I was looking at the work they wanted me to do. It's not something new, and the learning curves were very minimal. And I was looking at my opportunity for growth. There was just too minimal. And compounding that with how little pay they were offering, I found it not worth my time, quite honestly. And so what did I do? I chose to enhance my skills. Every day, almost every day, I would wake up, have an agenda, and focus on enhancing my skills because I told myself this COVID thing's not going to last forever. So I'm going to come out of it strong. And honestly, I didn't expect it to last this long. I even told my girlfriend that this was going to last for like 8 months at most. It's nearing a year now. Again, March. I honestly didn't expect it to last this long. So my plan was, yeah, I studied a lot of things, enhanced my skills, acquired new skills, sharpened everything I used to do, learn new things in my field, and I was so ready. I was so ready to go back to work, serve clients, and command a higher rate because now I can argue that I have a higher and more sharpened skill set than I had before. Hmm, I still don't have work. Well, I do, but not my usual thing. I'll talk about it in a different vlog what I'm currently doing for work. I mean, so aside from work, what else am I doing? Um, in 2020, I struggled a lot with my mental health. Quite honestly, I experienced things that I've never felt before. That's one way to describe it. I experienced new negative things that I can't describe. Like it's something that I never thought would happen, and it's I experienced new feelings that I never knew existed. Honestly, it gave me more empathy to those who are struggling also with this, even before the pandemic. I mean, to those who've had mental health issues prior. Um, it My experiences taught me to be empathetic and to realize a few things that I never would have because, well, if you're healthy all your life, I guess it might be harder for you to imagine what life is like to those who've had mental health problems all their lives or for a long time. So that's a silver lining, I guess. However, yeah, I wouldn't wish suffering for those who are fine. Anyway, so what did I do? Mostly to cope with the problems and to cope with myself and my issues. The greatest thing that helped me through it was actually working out. I would have thought dance would bring me out of my slump, my 6 month long slump. But no, um, the hardest thing with dance was I'd get up, put my pants on, socks, shoes, shirt, get on the dance floor, play music, and just feel numb. Like I play a lot of R&B and hip hop songs, and it was so weird because I've never really felt this before. When you play the music and the beats are bumping, and then you just feel nothing. That was weird for me, and it made me. It was really hard for me to even just move. Like there was a large part of my 6, 7 month slump that made me feel like, hey, maybe I shouldn't dance anymore. I'm not enjoying this. This isn't fun. I don't have feelings. So yeah, I was having deep problems with that because dance has always been the one thing I've always loved to do. I've been dancing for 10 years now this year, a total of 10 years because I quit for like 2 years. We'll talk about that in a separate vlog too. So yeah, what took me out of my slump was calisthenics. I found basic programs online. There's a lot of resources. I wrote it down on a paper. I wrote down my schedule. I got a calendar and a marker, and I stuck to it, even when I didn't want to. I stuck to it. So for like since I was feeling really low, 7 days in a week I would work out for six. I would even try on the seventh day, but I said to myself, if I'm gonna progress, my body needs to rest. So I would rest every Sunday, Monday to Saturday, every single day, every single morning or afternoon, or even both. I would stick to my program, basic program, but nonetheless, it ran me 2 hours per session. And even if, yeah, you fitness people might say that that's a bit too much, you're straining your body, you won't find progress. I might not find progress physicality wise, but it really, really helped me clear my head more than anything else. Sticking to my schedule and just banging out all those push ups, sit ups, crunches, burpees, everything. Just to have a single minded focus of, okay, stop everything right now and just finish this paper, my paper of things to do, workouts to do. And if I did, it really felt really good and it made me feel like I'm in the light again instead of the darkness. So yeah, what else did I do? Hmm. Oh, I mentioned earlier that I've been dancing for like 10 years now, right? So for the first time in 10 years, I found myself a teacher. Like I never attended class before. That's a bad thing, I guess. Mm. I always enjoyed dancing by myself from the start of when I danced first 10 years ago up until now. Of course, I'm into groups. I've even made several groups of my own, but I always loved just being at home and doing my own thing. So for the first time in 10 years, I found a mentor. Shout out Coach Reflex. So, this was the good thing that came out of the pandemic because I don't think this was something the teachers, the mentors, the OGs of this industry would have thought to do if not for the pandemic. So I'm pretty grateful for that. Um, I took a 1 month long program twice, so 2 months in total, and yo, those classes. I'm so glad. I would take those classes again, even if they were the same thing, because it was fun. My coach was really fun. The lessons, man, the lessons were what I needed, like things that you wouldn't just randomly find online unless you put time into searching for them and knowing what to search for. So I found enormous value in that. So what else did I do in 2020? For the most part, for the later half, like I'd say around November to December of 2020, um, I danced most because this was the time when COVID was going down, like really down, like almost non-existing in my city. During this time, I was able to see my friends. I was able to see my girlfriend more. I was able to see my mom finally for the first time in 2020. So I was a bit uplifted. I was a bit uplifted. Um, it made me really glad and it took me out of the slump. Like, yeah, I feel healthy once again. I feel like myself again. Like when I dance and I play music, the beats are hitting me again. That was great. That was really, really great. But I haven't stuck to my workout plan anymore. And I don't feel out of shape. Like I said, I've been dancing for 6 days a week, somewhat. There are days when I go really hard and I have to rest for 2 days, so like 4 days minimum a week. And it's January the 14th of 2021. For those 14 days of 2021, I think I've danced 8 or 9 or 10. So yeah, that's what I did in 2021. It was a really weird experience. That's how I, excuse me. It was a really weird experience. That's how I would classify it because I felt feel like I said before, I felt feelings that I never would have imagined, I never thought existed, and just they're new feelings, like new situations, bad situations. I coped with it by spending money. I coped with it by bitching to my girlfriend. I coped with it by talking with my girlfriend. And yeah, that was it. This vlog's gone on for too long. So, um, how do I end this? I'll end this by sharing something I learned. So, it's not easy to just say, to give advice to someone that's having problems. Like, hey man, you're depressed, just reach out. That's not that's not easy for a lot of people. Well, a lot of people like me anyway. So, here's something I've learned that I think would be insightful, or at least food for thought, for someone who might have had a depressing, a sad, a dark, or a gloomy time before, now, or you might in the future. I hope not. There are things that are within your control, and there are things that aren't. Focus on two things. First, focus on identifying what is within your control, and focus on that one thing. Focus on finding at least one thing that would help yourself. Of course, it's best to reach out to talk to people, but if you're someone like me, in which that doesn't really help, or if you don't really have someone on the same brain waves wavelength as you, or you just struggle opening up or talking to people like me, remember that there are things within your control. So really help yourself. I know that might sound cruel. Like I said, find someone to help you or help yourself. Just don't give up. You never know. There might be people who are eager, who are wanting to be there for you, but are also just shy, are just also quiet, and are just not good at talking, that you could have reached out to. So yeah, feels good to talk. Anyways, I hope that helps. See you in the next one.